Hello everyone, I'm here again with another Fallout video. My last video was quite long. I was trying to cover way too many subjects
Yeah,
at once, so I decided to do a recording to show everyone just what I did to defend my settlements. Now, luckily, Sanctuary, your first settlement, is very straightforward because it has all these hedgerows. So let's start from the cul-de-sac. So this cul-de-sac area where the big tree is, you'll notice right away that there's these two hedgerows and then a destroyed house. You can put one wall on each of these hedgerows and that will completely plug that hole. Then over here there's one just to the left of the house. One wall will do there as well. Over here, on the, I guess, left-hand side of the cul-de-sac, you'll notice I have three walls, or I'm sorry, four, and they all extend between these houses. That plugs that hole. And then on this side, there's just one wall to cover these hedgerows. And then in the backyard, I have two covering this hedgerow, and then I have three covering this backside of the house with a small gap, but I can't get past that, so it's no big deal. And one there, and we have one right there, and then I have exactly three right there in that hedgerow. We're sort of behind your house where you started out. You can see the baby crib right here. And I have two covering that, one there. And then the side that faces the vault, the little pathway to the Vault 111, I have exactly three walls on either side with one junk fence in between so I can get in and out easily to Vault 111. And then in the backyard, just past the Vault 111 side, I have exactly two fences, or I'm sorry, two walls right there. One wall right here, and these are all covering these hedgerows. And then I have one right here covering this hedgerow. One right there. We're almost to the bridge side where you get to the red rocket truck stop or whatever. There's one right back here between the house and the hedgerow. And then for the front, I have exactly four walls and a junk fence. And then to plug the hole that was between the junk fence, I used five wooden fence posts. Now let's continue going around this circle. Then for this side just past the bridge, where the settlement sees the river, I have exactly I have 10 walls going in between these two houses, plus another one right here to cover up that gap. And then we're back to the cul-de-sac. So that's how I defended Sanctuary, and that's how I made choke points. Now let's go look at the other settlements. I never bothered with the Red Rocket truck stop just because of its position and things of that nature, but Ten Pines Bluff is the second settlement you'll get through your Minuteman quests. I'll show you what I did here. Alright, at Ten Pines, because the terrain is uneven for the use of um, fences, I just use fence posts to make choke points. So I've got fence posts going all the way down from the shack. And then over here to cover the ridge line, I use more fence posts. To cover the gap between the ridge and this fence, I used even more fence posts. And then coming back around, I used all fences here, going all the way from those fence posts to this house. To plug the back side of this house, I used fence posts right here. And then for the other side of the house, to connect it with the shack, I got 2 fence posts plus a wooden wall going all the way over to that shack. And then, of course, the 2 turrets here guarding that choke point. And a Brahmin feed shot right there. So that's 10 pines. Let's look at Starlight Drive-In. There it is. Alright, at Starlight Drive-In, you'll notice I got scrapping stations being manned. But more specifically, the shack with the workplace is where I kind of started. If I didn't start there, then I started over at the theater. But from the shack going around, we have the wire fence here, because this gap was too large to make efficient use of a wooden fence post, but it was too small for a wall, so
Not many doctors around.
plug that with that. Then I came all the way around to that theater by making all these walls until I reached to this back wall of the storage unit, I guess it is. And then on the other side, I did sort of the same thing. I started right here. I did mess up. Well, I couldn't really bring it in as much as I wanted to, and that's because of this cooking station being in my way. I should have moved that before I started, but oh well. Anyway, so I have steel walls going here and then all the way down. And you'll notice I have metal shacks for the settlers to stay in because they have beds and things, and stairs to get in, doors, and all that good stuff. As you can see there. So we're going all the way back here. Until we reach this side. And then I make a curve or turn. And then my junk fence is right here. I don't know why it's open. That should be closed. And then from this junk fence, we're doing the exact same thing. Over here, because the terrain was slightly uneven, I used wooden fence posts. And then I made steel walls going back to the shack. So we're all the way back to the shack now. And that's how I did this. Now let's look at one other settlement, and then I'll conclude this video. The castle, which is the next largest settlement of my little mini cities, I guess you can call them. That one actually didn't take as much, thankfully. I'll show you in a second once this loads. Okay, so for here, there's really only 2 entries and exits. So I put defenses up here by this gate, which is already built into it when you get here, but so anyways, to plug this side of the wall, I put up these walls here to cover that hole. And then for over here, I did the same thing a little bit. I had to use the wooden fence post again because of how uneven the terrain was. But I put the junk fence as close as I could before the thing was telling me it was on uneven terrain. And then I put one wooden wall right there. And then there was one part in the wall where I was able to walk up, and let me see if I can find that again, so I can show you that. Oh, there it is. So over here I was able to walk up this rubble. So to plug this hole, I put wooden fence posts. I couldn't truly plug it, but I did my best. I don't think the raiders and things can get through here because, as you see, I can't do it normally without jumping. So I think it's fine. The castle is one of the cool settlements, I think, because it has these dugouts for the cannons, which you will get to make at a later time when you do these Minutemen quests, and get to use those. So that's basically how I did this quest. Well, in settlement. So there you have it, everyone. That's all the settlements. Thanks for listening.